Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your number one source for all things films and movies. And recently, if you've been following the Disney Plus show WandaVision, you may notice that in the latest episode, there's been some really interesting things going on that have caused a ton of discrepancies amongst the fan base as to when this latest episode actually takes place. But first, we wanted to give a quick reminder, we do have a really awesome Instagram page that updates you guys on everything happening Marvel immediately. So if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, check it out, link in the description. There's also a ton of really awesome memes and other things that are posted on there. So make sure you guys are following that page, and let's go ahead and jump into this story. Now, for the most part, leading up into this newest episode of WandaVision, it seemed like each episode focusing on Wanda was taking place in a different decade of television sitcoms, starting in the 1950s, moving to the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Though this latest episode has caused some confusion and massive debates online because it doesn't seem like this newest episode of WandaVision is necessarily tied to one specific time period, and there's multiple things contributing to this big debate that's kind of running through a lot of the Marvel fanbase. Now, essentially, the main leading theory right now is that this episode takes place in the late 90s and early 2000s, somewhere in that time period, mostly based on the very obvious reference and inspiration to the television show Malcolm in the Middle, which started airing in 2000. Though we do see a lot of themes from television shows that were very prominent in the 90s and also in the 2000s. Matter of fact, in the movie theater in the background, there's two movies playing, The Incredibles and The Parent Trap, with The Incredibles, which released in 2004, about two superheroes moving to the suburbs,
making weird faces again.
and The Parent Trap, about two twins who are reunited, which released in 1998.
Sorry, ladies. Two pair. Read them and eat. Oh, time out. So that's it? No more takers? I have nothing left. No. I'll take a whack at it.
Now, one of the biggest conflicts in this debate over when this episode takes place is the fact that so far the show had been doing kind of 1 decade per episode or per main episode focused on Wanda. However, a lot of people kind of overlooked the fact that the quote-unquote 80s episode did bleed a lot into the early 90s as well, with a ton of references to television shows like Full House, which started in the very late 80s running through the 90s, but other shows like Growing Pains started in the mid-80s running through the early 90s. So there's also kind of this fusion of genres that happened in television in general throughout the 90s and even into the 80s. So it's not too crazy to think that we're seeing the same fusion together in the latest episode that has some of the 90s tying into the 2000s. Though things get a little more confusing when we actually look at one quick scene where there is a brief flashback and we see Tommy actually wearing a Minecraft hat which has a creeper on it, which Minecraft wasn't even in an early pre-release form until 2009 and not even generally released until 2011. And obviously with costume designers and people in charge of putting these things together, there is a lot of attention. This wouldn't be an accident by production. This is something intentionally put in. So either we're starting to see things start to unravel where time is more fluid and less specific in this reality that Wanda has created, or perhaps there's something else going on and there's some bigger type of thing with the timeline starting to be less specific moving forward. Nonetheless, the WandaVision show has been an incredibly wild ride to watch so far, and we're really excited to see how these next couple of episodes play out, especially since they're going to be having an extended time length with them, and it'll be really interesting to see how this all ends up playing out. But for more updates and breakdowns like this, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on for more videos like this, uploaded every single day of the week. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
Talking?
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
See you guys.